Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love, and I am Mario J. And today we gonna talk about some shit. we gonna talk about. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all won't leave me alone. You all in my DM talking shit. So I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna put this out here real quick or whatever case may be. I've been seeing a lot of rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? And someone posted a comment on my page. And one of the things that I was talking about, one of the posts that I made about Cynthia G, and they said, you know what's so funny? Is it easy to tell black women to stand down? When will black men say stand down? And I thought about that. First of all, the comment took me by surprise. But I start asking myself, have you ever known black men to publicly tell black women, black man gonna stand down? We gonna sit this one out. Does anybody know? I wanted to get some people in here from Cynthia G's little place or whatever case may be. You know what I'm saying? Bring some people over here. I wanted to ask a serious question. Have you ever known black men to publicly say that they are standing down, that they are sitting this one out? I'm very curious to know this. I couldn't answer it for myself. I said, let me go talk to my people. Let me reach out to my people real quick, because I was just like, damn. Let me scroll back. Let me do some research. I have never publicly seen or heard black men acknowledge, promote, or even leeway to them our fight, that's they fight. So I'm really curious how we get to a point where people start saying, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to sit this one out. Now, there was a lot of talk about Jonathan Price and the statements that he made. So black women felt, hey, I'm in an uproar about it. Some black man was outraged about it. And people said, you know what? We gonna sit this fight out. But I think a lot of people said, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people said, you know, at this point in time that Jonathan Price, the killer, has already been brought to justice. So that is already being worked out or whatever case may be. And I asked the question yesterday in regards to, if you sit something out, you know what I'm saying, do you expect it not to get accomplished? Do you expect it not to blossom, or do you expect it not to be fixed? Delicate Jewel, shout out to Delicate Jewel. The diva's in the building. Delicate Jewel says no black men don't publicly say it, but they damn sure do it. It's an unwritten rule. Ooh. So this is my pushback on that. This is my pushback. I want someone to tell me that they publicly said it, that they were brave enough to sit in front of a camera, make a hashtag and say, black man stand down. We're sitting this out. Like, can anyone tell me, you know what I'm saying, when that happened or if that happened? Because I heard Delicate Jewel saying, and shout out to Delicate Jewel, but I'm hearing what you're saying. But was anyone publicly brave enough to say, this is what we gonna do? I'm gonna rally the troops not to do anything. Like, I've never heard Martin Luther King say it, Malcolm X say it. No, I've never heard no black speaker on any platform say this is what we gonna do. So it's like, what I really want to get into the meat and potatoes or whatever case may be is, like, there are people who pride themselves on speaking about how bad the other gender is, like how bad black women are, how bad black men are. And I wanted to ask you guys publicly, does that shit get exhausting? Does that shit get exhausting? Like, does it get exhausting to go through files and paperwork and all types of bullshit, sitting there and saying, this is all of the negative stuff that the other gender does? Right? This is all the negative stuff that black men do. Does it get exhausting talking about it? And at what point in time do you say, you know, we're finally getting solutions? Have you ever heard anyone that speaks that type of rhetoric when they talk about black women or they talk about black men? And do they ever come out and say, yo, we finally got a solution. We finally got some leeway. We finally are being met in the middle. Like, do they ever have a good news story? Or is it always, I'm only talking about how bad the other gender is? It gets to a point where, can you imagine that if I had an issue with all black women, and I'm the bearer of bad news when it comes to black women, and I say black men stand down. Everybody that's dusties, everybody that don't pay child support, everybody that don't want to be in the home with their kids, y'all just stand down. Now let's flip it. Everybody that's CEOs of a company, everybody that good credit, everybody that wants to be in a committed relationship. You know what, brother? Stand down. Like, I've never seen a black man publicly make a statement denouncing or provocating what they not gonna do for black women. Delicate Jewel says, what's understood don't need to be hashtagged. That's interesting. I say that's interesting because my thing about it is if it's a movement, if this is something that we need to get behind, it's something that we need to do. My thing about it is Jonathan Price said what he said publicly, right? And some people would say that shit came back to bite him in the ass. He got what he deserved, right? My thing is this. How many other Jonathan Prices are there out there? And are there any female Jonathan Prices out there? Are there any female Jonathan Prices? And my thing about it is, here's my piece. Will you, okay, if you're a female Jonathan Price and you have these, you know what I'm saying, these posts, these social media posts, and you say, you know what, everything Jonathan Price said, but you put that in a female, okay? Will black men make up a hashtag and say, oh, black men, we're standing by and standing down? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do you think black men would say, hey, let me rally the troops on this one? Or is that something that it's more of a woman type thing? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Ms. Diva said they won't. Actions speak louder than words. What's understood don't need to be hashtag. They don't do it. Most don't. In the past, black women would usually fight with black men and try to persuade them to change their ways. But now, black women are playing chess. Black men made the rules. We're simply following them. Here's my thing. When you say black men made the rules, if black men didn't do it and it's being done, then you can't say you're following any type of rules. Because my whole thing about it is, again, I'm asking y'all, and no one has been able to answer the simple question. When has black men told other black men, stand down, that's not our fight? We're not fighting for this woman who says, I like white men, or black men are dusties, or black men, don't take care of their kids. It's been a lot said. So my whole thing about it is, if you take all of that and you say, okay, well, suppose these chat rooms get exposed. Suppose these women that say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this avatar and I'm going to hide behind this shit and I'm going to talk cash shit about black men. In some type of way, all of that information now gets exposed to the public. Something happens to you, i.e. police brutality. I wonder how many black men would say, stand down. This ain't my fight. I'm curious. I am very curious. Like with the Cynthia G's, if Cynthia G something happened with Cynthia G in regards to police brutality, I wonder how many people in regards to the people that she says she talks about right? How many people, how many men would then go on online or wherever and say, this hashtag is for Cynthia G, we're standing down? Or would it matter? Let me see here. Black men talk bad about Serena Williams really bad when she got with the white man. Black men still had something to say. They called her a man and said she was ugly. They didn't want her. I do remember the Serena Williams situation. Got an eyelash. I do remember the Serena Williams situation, and it was interesting to me because I think it was some people butthurt because Serena Williams is fine, but I think it was some people butthurt, and I think some things were said or whatever. But I didn't see no hashtags. I didn't see anybody saying stand down or don't support tennis, or I didn't see the energy that I see being put into Jonathan Price. I've never seen that come from black men to black women. Like I hear the underlying rules and you know, men set the premise and they've done it first. I hear all that, but sometimes you gotta put everything on the table and let people see for themselves. Like I've never seen black men say out loud what we not gonna do for black women. Now some men fall short of being protectors, being providers, being role models. We get that, but also some women do. But I understand that there are some people out there and it's their business to outline all wrongdoing. So my question to you guys is, at what point does that get tiring? At what point do you say, you know what? I see a lot more black men doing better. I see a lot more black women doing better. It seems to me that it's big money and big business to just point out what the other gender does incorrectly. It seems like it's big business. And my whole thing about it is, at what point in time do you get tired of hearing about all of the bad stuff? When do you say, okay, you've talked about the bad people for years? At what point in time do you say, now it's time to talk about the good stuff? Now it's time to advocate for the good people instead of having all of that negativity being brought to you, because it has to get daunting. It has to get overwhelming. Can you imagine doing research and studies on all negative behavior all the time? Can you imagine sitting and listening to someone telling you all the time how bad another gender is? Not to mention a race, but how bad another gender is. It is a lot of butthurt people. It is a lot of people who've been shaded, disrespected, just contaminated by their own grief and own relationships. And I think that instead of individualizing the situation, like they generalize the situation. Black men stand down. Black men stand down. It rolls off the tongue. It rolls off the tongue. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think I know anyone that's brave enough to stand in front of black women and say, this why we standing back, because you dating a white man and da-da-da-da. Like all of the, to me, honestly, at the end of the day, I think we've already come across that bridge of saying people can date who they want to date. And I really don't think that's the big outrage. I think it was more or less about the other things that Jonathan Price had said and stated. But my whole thing about it, it's a lot of people who feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes it's easy to find a target. Like it's easy for me to sit here and say, black men stand down. Like if I was serious about that shit, right? Black men stand down. It would be black men who feel like that, right? But they won't say it out loud. But you have women that are brave enough to be like, okay, hey, you know, black women stand down. And it's just like, God forbid if you say something about that. God forbid if you say something back towards that or have a different perspective about that. Do I agree with everything that Jonathan Price said? Hell no. Hell no. I just believe that there's a time and a place for everything. And I just believe before you give someone a piece of paper. Well, what book did this paper come out of? I need to know everything before I make a decision and before I decide to have a major movement, before I make this statement and this hashtag, stand by and stand down. I need to know everything. And I think that some people just jump the gun. Delicate Jules says, Mario, black women are simply responding to black man's rhetoric and behavior by doing what many of them have done for years, which is looking the other way, being indifferent. What has black women been fighting for that black men did not help them with? Can somebody tell me that? Can someone tell me the fight that black women have, that black men have said, we're going to look the other way? That is not our fight. That is not our concern. Can anybody tell me that? I'm curious. Because, hey, listen, I'm all about information. So if you can tell me where black men said, y'all go out there and fight, we're going to be at home. You know, we're going to sit this one out. Because here's the thing, the truth of the matter is, you know, Breonna Taylor, even though there were a lot of women involved, like I personally know a lot of women was involved in regards to the protests, gathering and getting people together and rallying the troops, definitely. But there was a lot of women who didn't do shit. There was a lot of people sitting it out. There was a lot of people being indifferent. There was a lot of people turning the other cheek. And the thing about it is, it's interesting that no one talks about those people. No one talks about those people. No one brings that to the forefront. But I also mentioned something yesterday that it was a lot of people in their feelings about it when I said it. But it's interesting to me. Why is love and hip hop so popular when it makes black women look ridiculous? When it makes black men look ridiculous? Why is there not a hashtag to stop the rhetoric going on there? Can anybody answer that for me? What one man has said that has, you know, been suffered police brutality, died by the hands of the white man, right? We need to stand by, stand down. Okay, got it. We got that. Cool. But what about the rhetoric that is being promoted to thousands and millions of people that black women are this? Why is there no, the chat messages that are slowed up on this one. I don't see nothing now. Like, why is there no one leading the charge? Like, why is Cynthia G not saying, oh, we're standing down and standing by when it comes to all the rhetoric in reference to love and hip hop and Atlanta Housewives? We ain't watching that. We're not supporting that. Like, where's the outpour? Where's the outcry? We're not supporting WAP. We're not supporting any type of sexualization of women, exploitation of women. Like, where's the outcry? And that's what gets me when it's just like, well, all I want to do is talk about men, right? All I want to do is talk about women. But my whole thing about it is, do women hold other women accountable? Do men hold other men accountable? Do we as a black community hold ourselves accountable? Again, the chat messages are slowing up. It's slowing up. You see, it's easy. We can fire off black man, black man, black man. But when we start talking about holding ourselves accountable, now everybody like they in church putting up the finger and shit. It's a tough conversation. It's a tough conversation. And that's why I said no one has answered the question. Matter of fact, you did answer the question. I asked you specifically. I said, when has black men publicly denounced the support for black women? When have they ever said, we're standing down and standing by? Someone says they never did it publicly, but they do it with their actions. No. That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked. I said, when have they announced publicly? When have they made a hashtag to promote what they're doing? It's never happened. It's never happened. So my thing about it is, for me, for somebody to say, you know what, we're going to sit it out this time. Cool, sit it out. No problem. My thing about it is, it's like this. There is a level of empowerment. There is a level of admiration. There is a level of feel good. Like I noticed that, like, especially doing the now, like this, not just this generation, but the now with women. Like there is a need to have this empowerment. And it's like, to me, it's like with all of the positive things people can pull themselves together to do, to rally for, to really make change, a significant stride forward. Why is it always at the expense of somebody else? Why is it always at the expense? Like if a bunch of women get together and say, we want our black communities to be better, right? We're fighting for education in the black communities. We're fighting for the restructure and refunding of the black community. Cool. With you. But why is it we're doing this because black men ain't doing it? We're doing this because black men have failed us. Like, it's like the premise of the empowerment is the belittlement of someone else. It has to be on someone else's back. It has to be at the expense of someone else. And I'm telling you, right, I was reading, God damn it, what's the name of that book? I was reading this book and it was basically outlining, it's like, why is it that instead of just having an empowerment movement, and instead of just being positive and saying this is why we're doing this, why do we have to outline who else failed? Huh? Why do we have to outline who else failed in order for us to feel empowered? Can you imagine as a black man, me saying, I cook breakfast for my kids every day because these black women don't cook no more. Like, you cook breakfast for your children every day. Good job. Kudos for you. But why do we have to downgrade black women because of what you're doing? And vice versa. Like, I noticed that this is the new come up. This is the new come up. I need to downgrade you. I need to bash you. I need to continuously point out what you do wrong in order for me to feel empowered, in order for me to feel important. I noticed that's the new come up. That is the new come up. I'm just saying, and I just made something very good. And honestly, it's bigger than Jonathan Price. His rhetoric and whatever he posted on social media, that whole reality TV show that shows black women in a negative light is bigger than Jonathan Price. And I'm wondering why I never seen the Cynthia G's of the world. I've never seen a hashtag that says stand by, stand down. We're not supporting it. I've never seen that. You know, does anybody understand what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen anyone say, nah, we ain't doing that. So it's odd to me. It's just like, okay, well, how important is empowerment? Delicate Juice says, black women don't say these things publicly because I'm convinced that they had meetings in private to get on code. Black women have to do it publicly because black men don't say these things publicly because I'm convinced they have to. Okay, the screen just jumped. I'm sorry. So black men don't say these things publicly. They do it in private to get on code. Black women have to do things publicly because we don't have a private meeting. You lying. Come on now. Like, some things I can take, but some things I ain't taking no bullshit. Come on now. You ever heard of being petty? Have you ever heard of being petty? That whole movement was on some petty shit. Come on now. Come on, let's be real. Huh? Somebody says Love and Hip Hop is a fictional TV that shows how many black people really act like Love and Hip Hop and in real life. Yeah. But there's no hashtags to stop it. There's no hashtags to say, you know what, we don't need this rhetoric. We don't need black people on the big screen or any screen that look like that act like that. There's no stoppage. There's no stand down. There's no stand by. And my thing about it is, why isn't there a bigger uproar? Why isn't there somebody saying, oh, hell no, not on my watch? Not on my watch. This man had a whole lot to say about black women or white women, et cetera, right? Didn't really talk about Black Lives Matter, or really wasn't a big thing to him, shrugged it off, whatever. However you want to add that. And you take that one person versus a whole network that is promoting black women in a negative light. Do we not love black women? Do we not love black men? Do we not love black relationships, black business, black communities? So why is there no outroar? Why is there no outcry? Why is there no hashtags being presented? I have never heard none of these people that say, let's talk about how bad black men are. Let's talk about how bad black women are. How bad the black community is, but no one is doing anything to take off all of this rhetoric off the line. Do you all love black women? Well, I can't speak for all. But you see these black beautiful kids behind me. The fact of the matter is, why isn't the outcry, the empowerment, why is it not for all? Why is it not for everything? For social, for media, for mass media? Why is it just Jonathan Price? Why is it not everything that says, oh, well, hell no, we don't respect black women. That's why we have these black women on here fighting every week, gossiping and being negative. Why would you want that to be like, okay, that's cool. But what Jonathan Price said, oh, stand by, stand down. Thank you. I appreciate that. She said my babies are beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. And here's my thing, y'all. Here's my thing. My thing is that, to me, if we're going to take a stance, like whether you're a black man, a black woman, a black community, or just period, a person, and you decide that you want to take a stance, don't overlook stuff when it's convenient. Don't overlook stuff when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? I believe that without the reality TV shows, you know what I'm saying, outlining how this is really how black people act, or someone said it's fictional. But the fact of the matter is, you got to look at some stuff right now. Can we do without that? Can we do without that type of television? Can we do without it? Because I would think that is a promotion of what we don't want people to see. You ever heard of somebody airing out dirty laundry? Like, I would think that was an in-house thing. You know what I'm saying? That was an in-house thing versus, hey, let's make this shit public. And I'm asking Cynthia G and her followers a direct question right now. Why is there no hashtag for the reality TV shows that showcase black men and women acting a donkey? That showcase bad relationships, that showcase toxic behavior? Why is there no hashtag? Why is there no movement to stop it? I'm just curious, y'all. Let me see. It says, changing the narrative of the way our image is portrayed is the ultimate beginning of respect across the board. You can't change how Jonathan Price thinks. He's dead. You can't change it. Done. But you damn sure can attack this goddamn network for promoting that bullshit. You damn sure can have an outcry and an outpour of supporters and empower yourselves and say, we ain't having it. We're not having Jonathan Price shit, and we ain't having your shit. That's what I'm saying. Why are we picking and choosing what battles to fight? Do we not think it's worth the fight? That's the real question. That's the real question. Do we not think it's worth the fight? Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to talk to me. Talk to me. Because I am proposing some good ass questions and I need some good ass answers. Do we not think it's worth it? I have a platform with about 3 subscribers. And I'm telling I'm telling 4 people, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I don't think that Ratchet Television is worth it. You know, I don't want these little kids growing up talking about, bitch, because they can't talk, because they can't communicate, because I didn't teach them how to present communication, present a question, get some feedback. I didn't teach them how to talk. The only way they know how to talk is, well, bitch, I'm about to throw this bottle at you. My nigga. Like, calm down, bro. Everybody don't respond the same way. Learn how to communicate. There is no major movement to stop none of that. But there was a major movement in the lack of support and saying, we're not supporting this dude. Cool. That's your prerogative. I got you. I hear you. Understood. But I want to ask you a question. Why are you not going after these networks that showcase black women in a bad light? Why are we not demanding respect across the board? That goes for black men and black women. I'm just curious. Just curious. We have an opportunity, regardless of how big your platform is, regardless of how many subscribers you got or whatever the case may be. We have an opportunity to send messages out that are effective, that are clear, that are articulate, that should jog something in your memory to say, you know what, man? Let's ask the tough questions. Let's have the tough conversations and really look at this. I understand that people are going to feel how people feel about certain situations. I understand they're going to act accordingly. I get all that shit. But the fact of the matter is, it seems to me that when you look at things that affect your community, you affect you as a man or as a woman, you would want to do something about it. And even though we say, you know, it's all about how you fight, it's all about picking your battles, and we understand that, right? The art of war, we understand that. But my thing about it is, at what point in time do you tackle the bigger fight? At what point in time to say, we are ready, we are united, we are secretly meeting or we are publicly meeting, but we are meeting and we are saying we're not having no bullshit. At what point in time do we do that? At what point in time is it a necessity to stop the bullshit and say, you know what, we don't need that anti-rhetoric bullshit, and we definitely are not going to support anything that showcases the black community in a bad light? At what point in time do we do that? Tyler Perry got rich for dressing up as a woman and giving out facts, giving out common sense advice as a fucking female. All good, right? I think when people are forced to look at themselves in the mirror, I think a lot of people don't like what they see. I think a lot of people don't like what they see. And what they do is they use, you know, this is a power for them. This is a power for them. I'm going to spew out all my hatred, all my disgust, all my disdain, all my hurt, all my vindictiveness, all my bitterness, everything that makes something bad, this black hole, and I'm going to pour it out on social media. And people, being people, They eat it up. They take it in. They embellish it. They pay for it. It's sickening. It's sickening. Because I got people that look like me, right? That would rather sit down and tell the world how bad men that look like me are. But at the end of the day, do we provide any solutions? At the end of the day, do we tell people, yo, it's getting better? Things are getting better. Things are looking up, y'all. Things are looking up. Or do we always constantly, month after month, year after year, second after second, hour after hour, day after day, talk about how bad black women are, how bad black men are, how bad the black community is? It's like, damn, this shit is exhausting. Can I turn this shit off? Can I press the button? Where the fuck is the pause button at? Shit. Do you wake up like that? What happened to you? Are you sick? Do you need a hug? What, you want to go to my church? Let's go to the church. We need to go to the church. I mean, at what point in time do you woosah? At what point in time do you stop victimizing yourself and become a champion? And you don't become a champion by harping on all of the negative shit in your life. You become a champion by saying, hey, you know what? I've learned from my tragedy. You know what I'm saying? I've learned you can live your best life. You can know your worth and still understand what you went through. Not to harp on it, not to carry it around. Sit that shit down. Sit that burden down. You need to sit that burden down. Sit it down. Stop carrying that shit around with you like it's a badge of honor and shit. Fucking badge of honor. I've been through some shit. Like, everybody is not the same. Every black woman is not bad. Every black man is not bad. Let me talk to you about these dirty black men, these dirty black women. It's like, damn, you ain't got no good friends? Like, you don't know no good people? Like, you can't applaud nobody's efforts? I'm gonna tell y'all, man, that would be so draining if my channel was all about promoting how bad people are. You understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine me as a black man sitting online talking about how bad black women are? So my daughters can sit back like, yo, this dude is tripping. This dude is tripping. Can you imagine, like, you know, my significant other, you know what I'm saying, sitting online talking about, yeah, all these black men, blah, 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 these dusties. I'd be like, yo, she bugging. Can you imagine that? Like, how draining would that be for your subconscious? Because here's the thing. I know a lot of people say, you know what, I just watch certain things for entertainment, etc. But I'm thinking, like, sometimes that shit plays on the week. That shit plays on the week. I'm telling you, that shit plays on a week where they try those things, try to do those things in your relationship. Well, I seen this on Love and Hip Hop, and this is how you scheme, and this is how you have one girl over here and another girl over here, or another dude over here, or I'm gonna let him hit it from the back while I'm on the phone with this dude. Like, I'm telling you, all of that drama and all of that chaos, it's like sometimes you gotta say, yeah, I'm good. I'm straight on that. That can't be healthy for your psyche. That can't be healthy for your mentality. That can't be healthy for your place of business. That can't be healthy for your relationship. That can't be healthy for you as a parent. When are we going to talk about this shit? When are we going to get to the nitty gritty? Black men, stand down. No, motherfucker. Black people, stand down and stand by and listen to what the fuck I'm saying. When are we going to work together to actually move the ball? To actually put some points on the scoreboard? Because we down. We are down. We down. Every time they play a Love and Hip Hop special or a reunion, and it's like, oh my God, look at these people. They're so amazing. They're celebrities. Acting a damn fool. Encouraging you to act a damn fool. Don't you just want to just chill sometime, get dressed up, go to a nice, restaurant or a lounge and just look good, be around some sexy people, have a great conversation, have some drinks, eat some hors d'oeuvres, and just chill. Do you really want to throw bottles at somebody? Do you really want to hear people calling people bitches and hoes and niggas? And do you really want that? Does that really excite you? And here's the thing. Some parents are very strong-minded, but your kids, they easily influenced. They're easily influenced. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love. I am Mario J. And today we kind of hashtagged reevaluate some shit. Reevaluate some shit. Like if you feel like it's worth your time, if you feel like it's worth your effort and you got all the facts to do what you need to do, then do it. Salute to you. But if you're not taking the time to get all the facts and you're just jumping in the mix because you want to be a part of the gang, the get along gang, or ride the bandwagon, I would tell you to assess what you put your name on. Huh? You are your brand. Your name is your brand. And if Mario J says, you know what, I'm going to get on this bandwagon to bash all black women. I'm going to get on this bandwagon to bash all black men. But then when you say, okay, well, you're worried about this one particular person, but we got all of these people over here doing the same shit. How do we skip past them and how do we skip past all these people talking shit, but we only focus on this one person? Somebody told me that there are so many people on social media that does what Cynthia G does. I need to go after them. I need to get them lined up and I need to talk to them. No, you need to give them this information right here. That's what you need to do. Because I don't believe that constantly harping on how bad the other gender is going to fix anything. It's only going to predicate the situation in regards to saying that we have so many issues that no one wants to fix. Coming up with nicknames for black women or derogatory nicknames for black men is not going to fix a situation. And for those people that believe that, shame on you. Shame on you. Because there's a reason why that person is a Dusty. There's a reason why that black lady is this or X, Y, and that. And until we step up, until we are ready to move the ball, put some points on the board and say, let's work together. Let's be a team. Because we got a lot of star players, a lot of individuals on this team. And everybody wants their 5 minutes of fame. And what's bad about the team and these individuals on the team, it's like within the team, it's mutiny. It is mutiny. We're going to overthrow the quarterback. That's not your position, Playboy. We gonna overthrow the running back. That's not your position, ma'am. Back up. Stand down. I'm just saying, man. Like, we need to work together. We really need to find common ground. And I'm hoping that this channel can be common ground for both men and women. And I'm not just talking about black men and women. I'm talking about people. Men and women. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a lot of topics that people are going to feel it's a little taboo, uncomfortable, but don't worry. I can handle the heat. I can handle the pressure. Don't worry about it. I got it. Subscribe, like the channel, share, give me your feedback. We're going to do some things. Once again, I appreciate you rocking with me. This is Tough Love. I am Mario J. And you've just completed another tough conversation. Congratulations to you. I'm out of here. All right, I'm out of here. Peace. Adult up.